Hey, coaches. Hey, how's it going? How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining in this podcast today. This is the Minimalist Coaching. And today's session, we're going to, like discovering how to become a minimalist. Probably this is the first time that you hear about this minimalist. Being honest, the first time I just hear about this lifestyle, it was applied to the architecture. Some like kind of simple designs. I mean, just plain, not nothing like no fancy colors, nothing like fancy furniture. No, just go plain. I mean, like I don't know, maybe in the living room, just like something, a chair to sit, right? And that's it. And in the bedroom, just the bed. I mean, that's it. Probably, you can get like maybe a television, a small television, maybe, I don't know, 20 to 30 inch. Just the basic one. Just no fancy things, no subscription, no Netflix, no cable, just the air antenna. Just to watch the regular television, TV news. Just to be informed about what's going on around. So, but anyways, that is the first time I just hear about this, how to be a minimalist. I really get a stick with this. Um, let's say uh, with this option, right? Because I'm pretty much like personally minimalist, right? I'm not saying like you have to be like how you say like cheap, tacaño, right? We say here in Mexico like tacaño, don't be tacaño, right? Just buy something for yourself. I mean, not that way, because being honest, the minimalist structure as a process is just to stop, with the bring difficulties for your life and just go plain. Just try to be happy with the not with the fancy things, and these include, I mean, do not buy those social things, right? Now there are a lot of benefits, of course, because I mean, let's suppose that you have like 20,000 monthly pesos, right? Monthly on your paycheck, right? Wherever you work. But most of the people here in Mexico, as soon as they get the quincena, they run to the mall, to the movies, to the fancy restaurants, and they spend the money, just like in the same way they get it, and the next day is gone, and they have to wait about like the 13, 14 days to get the next payment check, right? So now going minimalist is just to think about twice before you take a decision. Just think about it, if you really need that such a thing, right? If you don't need it, I mean, probably there's no such a why you need to spend the money. I mean, especially nowadays, because economy here in Mexico, I mean, is not easy, right? At least not for me. I mean, if you're a rich person, I mean, you're getting maybe like 100,000 pesos monthly. I mean, you're good in the good economy, right? But not for just the regular people, right? Like me, someone else, right? So being minimalistic is just to going through life, right, and focus on what really matters. What really matters is just going with the basic. I mean, when I say the basic is, do not buy additional things that you don't need. You don't need to spend your money. You don't need to spend your time, because time is a really value thing. Most of the companies, they pay you by time. You provide their time, they give you the paycheck, right? So do you see how valuable is the time? So when you waste 1, 2, 3 hours on social media, basically you're wasting money, because you can focus on something else. So you're not focusing on what really matters, right? So that's the difference. So let's start in this. Let's with the fundamentals, right? How to become a minimalist person on the go, because you don't have to stop what you're doing today at this moment, and you could Joshua. I mean, because you say it, I'm gonna stop doing whatever, and I'm gonna start just like um, being minimalist today. No, I mean it's not gonna work that way, right? You need to be conscious. You need to get a lot of reflections if that works for you and for your loved ones as well, right? So, but the most important thing here is what I recommend is basically turn off the television. If you turn on the television, you do not expose yourself to the commercials. All those companies, big companies, they're selling just like bad products, which is dangerous for your health, especially for the food, for example. I mean, you name it, McDonald's, Burger King, I mean, all that stuff, right? Pizzas, Coca-Cola, for example. I mean, all of the sabritas here in Mexico, right? So, anyways, if you shut down your television, you're not gonna be exposed to yourself, and you don't gonna feel the sensation. Oh, now I feel like I want a sabritas with a Coca-Cola, right? So I go ahead and buy it because that is gonna reduce the money in your pocket, on your bank account. So being minimalistic is say, hey, Joshua, do I really need a Coca-Cola in my body? Is that gonna be healthy for me? I mean, if I get a big like package of Chetos here in Mexico, right? Cheetos. Anyways, is that gonna be healthy for me? Oh my goodness. I'll be back. Alrighty, we may continue, right? So we're talking about this, how to go minimalist, right? Basically on the way. So that means on the way means that you don't have to stop being the person that you are this moment. I mean, just go ahead and do whatever you want with your money, right? But if possible, and if you are interested to become a minimalist, I mean, this is the procedure, right? I mean, let's say like that, right? That is the process. I mean, shut down television, shut down the social media. I mean, that's another option, right? Turn off everything that I mean is trying to capture your attention, right? Because when you waste your time in something which is not relevant, which is not important, I mean, which is not bring any value to your person, I mean, that means that you're wasting your time. You're wasting that time. It is value, and you can provide the time, like value time to your family. I don't know, maybe your girlfriend, in case your wife, your kids, all people which is around you, right? I mean, a phone call. I mean, you can spend that time. I mean, if you had a pet, I mean, go ahead and walk with the pet, right? So, but I mean, the main thing here is just to concentrate, right? And focus on what really matters, to enjoy the life, right? Be happy, and you don't have to how to say like be sad, right? Oh my goodness, how do you say like this um, when you are like depression, depressed, right? Depressed, being depressed because oh my goodness, what I'm gonna do now? I don't have friends, I don't have anything, around me, which is very common right nowadays for people. So no worries. I mean, there is just look for an options, right? And you to be helped. So also, right, disconnect yourself from all those social things that are not helping you to increase your value. That means focus on what really matters, right? And just be conscious because you don't have to spend money in you don't have to give your money to the big corporations, right? They just drain your money out of your pocket, out of your bank account. So that is basically the messages, right? So stop paying like whatever you don't need. I mean, probably, I mean, one of my friends say, "Hey, Joshua, let's get a ride. I get a new car, automobile, right?" And I say, "Wow, that is amazing. So you're doing good money, right? You're making money." He say, "Well, not really. I get this, I get." put the down payment, and then I'm gonna pay just, like monthly fees. But that monthly fees, I mean, plus the insurance, plus the gasoline, plus the registration, plus at the end of the day, you don't have money for doing something. You have a new car, of course, but you don't have money left, right, on your pocket. So sometimes we take decisions that really is not what we really need, right? And this is the pretty much the being the minimalist, right? I don't know if you identify with this option. I mean, it's just going plain, right? You don't need like fancy clothes, like just something which make you feel good, comfortable. Um, I don't know, like uh, expensive things, right? For example. So, anyways, the next episode, I'm gonna talk about what I already did right yesterday. So we talk about how to become a new version of yourself, which is part of this, right? I mean, everything which I'm talking about is linked to. So yesterday we talked about being the new version of yourself, and I just provide you some tips, right? So today is become a minimalist on the go, right? You don't have to stop like be radical. Hey, Joshua, I'm gonna stop now everything, and I'm gonna start being minimalist today because probably it's not gonna be science for you, right? And that's not the point. The point is just to be conscious and being realistic, right? Of course, and I mean, if you like the kawamas, for example, okay, go ahead and get a kawama, right? But just one, and just one, right? And do not forget to call me, right? Of course. I mean, no, I mean being serious. Do not give your money to your big corporations because they drain your money out of your pocket, out of your bank account, and also that make you feel depressed. That is the point, right? So happiness means that you want to protect your value, right? Your person, your family, your loved ones, your belongings, right? And spend money on yourself. I don't know. Maybe, hey Joshua, I need to. Um, I don't know. Like, what could be? I need to going back to school, right? Hey, why not? I want to become a medicine doctor. Hey, wow, congratulations, go ahead, right? Get a subscription at the best university you can, and go ahead. I mean, go ahead and behind your dreams, right? That is the point. That's what I'm talking about, man. So, and when you get busy for what really matters, you don't have time to think about drugs, alcohol, ladies, which is in the same frame, right? And you don't have time to to waste time on social media, pornography, some those things that is going to waste your money and your time. So just please be smart one, smart person, right? You are the smart one, not the cell phone. I mean, you are the smart person. So you are a value person. If you need help, of course, I mean, you can leave a comments. If you want to share something, I'd be more than happy to read and to get a feedback as well, right? Thank you so much. Now we have 14 minutes, and I say like, wow, this the second half of my training because this is a training for myself, as I mentioned first on on the Spotify, right? I was posting this podcast or videocast on Spotify as well. But you know what? I get some difficulties with the format, the MP4, something like that, right? So Spotify is not giving me what actually I need, right? So no worries. So, anyways, we just moving on, and now I'm going to streaming here on on YouTube, and I probably I'm going to stop, sharing those on Spotify because none need it. I don't need. And maybe just a small shorts on on Facebook, right? Just just to drop a like something like that, right? So now we're 15. Well, thank you so much, right, for joining today. Hey, my name is Joshua. Hey, the new version of yourself starting today, being a minimalist. Thank you. Have a nice and wonderful day. Goodbye.